Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Making Sense of Your Markets. Today is Friday. It is August 20th, 2021, and I am down here in Las Vegas at a leadership personal growth conference, and I actually brought my 15-year-old daughter. We're spending a couple days down here. Beautiful view of, I think that's the Bellagio and Planet Hollywood and Paris. I think that's the Paris Hotel behind us. But wanted to make sure I filmed this update for you because a lot's going on in the market relative to, hey, anytime there is a conflict, a war, a natural disaster, you typically see movement in the stock market and the bond market. Right now, it's really weird. We're not seeing a whole lot with the news over in Afghanistan, but I'll keep you posted on that. I think you're gonna see, normally, when we see events like this, mortgage interest rates tend to decrease. They drop a little due to the uncertainty in the markets. Investors pull money out of the stock market and typically put them in the form of mortgage bonds. So stay tuned, I'll keep you posted there, but 30-year fixed rates still in, this is crazy, in the upper twos, 15-year fixed rates in the low twos. So still an incredible time to finance real estate. It's an incredible time if you're a homeowner. I want you to reach out to me. It's a great time just to have a conversation about repositioning your debt and really accelerating the payoff or making a better use of your money relative to your mortgage. And that's really why I bring you this information every single week. I want to provide you with information that will help you come out the other side of home ownership, a more financially beneficial position. So that's where mortgage rates are at today. Got a couple things that I want to talk about here in the next minute or so, and I'll wrap this one up real quickly though. We will talk about week 18 of our 52-week series from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This is going to be awesome this week. It's a little bit more in depth. I'm going to spend about a minute and a half on that. We'll get to that in a second. But last week I posted on social media a question, and I got hundreds of responses or replies. Would you rather have a $500,000 mortgage that was completely paid off, or have a mortgage but have $500,000 in a 401k? And the jury was not split on that. The majority of the people understand kind of where I'm going with giving better advice around money and mortgage management. A lot of people said they prefer the 401k because when you get to a point where you have $500,000 plugged into compounded interest, it starts to snowball. So some of the questions that were brought up were, how long have I had that 401k? Well, you can only deposit about $19,500 in a 401k, so do the math on that. You'd probably be 10 plus 15 years into that 401k, so you're really starting to reap the benefits of compounded interest at that point. The other thing is, how old are you? So there's some things that you really need to consider relative to your mortgage and relative to your money, and that's where I come into play. At 46 years of age, I've been down the roads that you're on right now or that you're about to head down, and I've got some wisdom that will really help you come out the other side, again, paying less interest, having more money in your bank account as you come out the other side of home ownership. So reach out to me if you have any questions there. But this week, we're at week 18 of our 52-week series of our 7 Habits of Highly Effective People from Dr. Stephen R. Covey, and it's titled Use Your Time Well. Now I'm gonna pull this up, and I'm actually gonna try to share this over here. I believe it's actually over here. But it's basically the 4 quadrants that he talks about. Which quadrant do I spend the most amount of my time in? I want you to ask yourself this, because just like we're managing our money, it's important to take an audit or an inventory of how you use your time. It's hard to manage time, but you can take an inventory of how you're using your time in a day. Quadrant number 1 is necessity. Are you spending time on necessity, important type items? Quadrant number 2 is effectiveness, but you're gonna see at the top it's not urgent. So column 1 is urgent, column 2 is not urgent. Now we go below. Quadrant number 3, distraction. Now down there, it's not important. And then quadrant number 4 is waste, and that's again under the non-urgent. So what I want you to do when you're tasked with something, or a phone call, or looking at social media, or you find yourself doing something, try to plug it into one of those quadrants, and it will tell you if you're making a great use of your time or not. And then if you're not, plug yourself into pouring time into things that are more productive, things that are gonna help you in your family life, in your work life, in your spiritual life, in your financial life. I hope this information was valuable. I'm gonna go head out here, take Allie shopping. I guess there's a couple of crazy malls here. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I will be back in touch with you next week. Bye for now.